Another day, another dollar. It's O.T.G. Brother Charles 7X. October 2nd, 2021 is Saturday. You know, I'm here with your O.T.G. Daily News Report. I hope your day was good, everything was cool. Let's hop right into the news. So the first story I have is about ancient DNA. They had did some analysis and they said it shed light on a dark event in medieval Spain. I figured this story was pretty interesting because it talks about how they had a giant from Cercabí near Valencia in Spain, and they had been doing some DNA research on his body, and they found out that most of his lineage was from northern Africa. And as they started to do more research, what they realized is that, you know, that he had a lot of Spanish DNA as well. But it looked like from what they could do with the testing that they were pretty much a community that was already good inside of this city, inside of this place already, which would point to the fact that they were essentially colonized. And when they talk about it, you know, it talks about Christianity moving in on the Muslims and forcing them to become Muslims. And so it kind of points to some of the stuff, if you are a follower of my channel and things that we talk about, the history that's been hidden, you know, that people were already across the whole world and they came from a specific lineage. And as people came through utilizing the weaponized religion, they forced people to be a different kind of way, and they bred themselves with people. So, you know, I think this story is a great story. You know, it kind of points to a lot of different truths that we've talked about. I think that it's an essential story a lot of you guys should look into, especially if you're into digging into conspiracy theories and things of that nature. You know, here's a real life studies of a giant. You know what I mean? It's a real life giant, and they say his lineage is from northern Africa, and that he was probably Muslim, forced to take Christianity. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting story. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. Yeah, make sure you let me know how you feel. Do you feel like they know what they're talking about, or do you feel like they are just saying things just to have news? Let me know. After 3.5 million year hiatus, the largest comet ever discovered is heading our way. The Bernardinelli-Bernstein comet, which is huge. They say this thing, they thought it was a small planet. When they first seen it, they thought it was a small planet, you know. It's about 62 miles wide. They say that it's about 1,000 times more the size of a regular comet. And they seen it moving through a cloud, an Oort cloud. And they could see a distinct tail, which lets it know it's just entering the atmosphere. They say that it's going to come close in about 10 years, about 2031. They said that's the closest approach to Earth it'll have, it'll be just outside of Saturn's orbit. You know, so they say we won't be able to see it. We'll have to look through a telescope. But they said that from the mathematics they've done, it seems like it's gotten closer. At one point in time, it was at 18 AU. Now it's about 10 AU away from the sun. So it's closed in on its orbit some. I think it's something good to watch, good to check out. We'll definitely check it out and keep our eyes peeled for it. What do you think about all this news, the comments and different things like that? Do you believe that NASA is really on it, or do you think they just feeding a story so that way we could stay focused on the sky? Leave it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. So special ops troops were hunkered down in California airport hangar after a nighttime ninja attack. This story right here is pretty crazy, and it's a verified story. This is on military.com. It says that a sword wielding man, came up on special operations soldiers in California. You know, it said it happened around 1 a.m. in the morning, September 18th. Said that he pulled up. He asked the guy while he was outside smoking a cigarette. He said, "Do you know me?" And the guy said no. He asked where his family was. The guy said he didn't know. And the ninja slashed him, causing injuries to his hand and his knee, I believe. He then ran and hopped the fence and called 911. And said the sword hit. He said the person in ninja garb began to slash at the soldier, striking his phone, his knee, and his leg. He ran, called 911. Said the man dressed as a ninja was kicking and punching doors and windows. Before leaving, he grabbed a large block of asphalt. He threw it through a window. A captain was struck by the chunk of asphalt. It says that this guy had been caught, but he had 26 special op military members hunkered in a airport. You know, they said he was later caught. We still trying to get some more information on the story, but I think it's pretty crazy that some troops got ran down on by a real life ninja. Like a real life ninja. He really was out here and tried to get him. That's pretty crazy, right? Think about that, a real life ninja. So, let me know how you feel in the comments. Put a ninja emoji in the comments if you shocked about that story. So, blast from the sun is fast approaching Earth. Will arrive very soon. So, coronal mass ejections, CMEs, coronal mass ejections. CMEs, you got to get used to that. Right now, we're in one of those spots I told you it's called a maximum, an eddy maximum, where the sun's magnetic poles shift, therefore leaving its atmosphere open, and Earth is getting hit with all of these magnetic rays, you know, and what they're saying it does is it causes problems to satellites, it could cause problems to reception, it could cause all kinds of different problems to electronic working devices. And so, you know, these CMEs, they're going to be coming probably for the next 5 years. So be prepared to hear about this a little bit more, because, you know, it says in the next 4 years the sun is waking up. It's in the most intense part of its 11-year cycle, where every so often the magnetic poles shift. You know, so some of the problems it says we could have is communication channels, internet facilities, electricity, and more. That's what these solar storms cause problems to. So, you know, coronal mass ejections, CMEs, be prepared, you know, for the next couple years to July 2025, that we got these CMEs rolling through, causing all kinds of weird damage and different things to our electrical devices. Let me know how you feel about the CMEs in the comments. Put a sun if that's pretty crazy. A professor was suspended for not giving black students an easier final exam. This story is kind of crazy. So, somebody wrote into a professor, Gordon Klein, who works at, he teaches financial analysis, law, and public policy at UCLA. Somebody had wrote him and asked him to take it easy on black students during the George Floyd situation. So they asked him to make it where if they did good on the test, it would help their grade. If they didn't, it wouldn't hurt. You know, he said that he wasn't going to do it, that he couldn't really tell who was who, and if he did that, what about these white person from Minnesota who people might think that they're racist now. What about a mixed person? And by law, he said he just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? But I guess by that night, he said that he had so many, it was over 20,000 people or something that called for his suspension. So UCLA suspended him for 21 days. So essentially now he is suing. He's suing because he feels like they embarrassed him. They tried to make him racist. He said that, he said, what about students that may have mixed parentage, such as half black and Asian? What do you suggest you do with them? What about white students who people might think that they're racist, even not? He said that he thought he handled it, but within that one night, he got 20,000 signatures demanding he was fired. The days after the first email, he was suspended. Even though they called him back in 21 days, he said that it's still been hurting his name. He suffered all kinds of damages, and he's suing. He's suing. And I think he's going to win. You know what I mean? I think he's going to win. I think a judge is going to understand. I think that they feel like they need justice for certain people. So I feel like he's smart enough, and if he studied the law, then he knows he has a case. So how do you feel about that? Put it in the comments. You know what I mean? And that's our news for today. Saturday, October 2nd, 2021. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of those cool things. It's Brother Charles 7X. I hope you have a great day. I hope everything is good. I hope your families are great. Make sure you take care of yourself. And remember, another day, another dollar. It's O.T.G.